What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and you have to get the hell out of there, Steam. Okay, we are back for more Star Series games. This is going to be between Team Kharkiv playing on the Radiant side. Already first picking up that Rubik. Band's looking completely normal, so not really going to go into those. And, of course, their opponents, as you can see, going to be Team Empire on the Dire side. This is going to be from the Star Series Season 3. And, wow, there are a ton of games. I am so backed up right now. I kept on, feeling sick and having a clogged nose and stuff like that, and that would really make the casting sound really freaking weird, so I just couldn't do it, and now I have upwards of 8 pages of replays to go through, so hopefully you guys will bear with me. I'm going to try to get through all these preliminary group games first before I actually go into the brackets and stuff like that. If that is, I don't know when exactly that's going to happen, but I have a lot of work cut out for me. I'll try to get as many of them done today because one of my classes is online. I don't know how that's going to work, but whatever. Anyway, Empire. Let's actually get to this game, shall we? Going to pick up TA as well as Chen. So they do have their mid lane. They do have their jungle. And Kharkiv, on the other hand, picking up a Rubik first pick. Always a very solid first hero to pick up. Going to follow up with the Enigma and Venomancer. So they're going for a lot of utility so far. They have a lot of lockdown. They have a lot of slow. And they have a lot of ways to bust through that Templar Assassin shell. Team Empire are going to pick up the Windrunner in response, so they're going to have some pretty strong lanes right off the bat. The only thing that they really need is a safe lane. That usually does mean a carry hero. And you can see that's why Kharkiv is banning out the Morphling. Probably going to ban out the Anti-Mage, because TA is most likely going to go mid. Kharkiv, on the other hand, Enigma most likely the jungle. Venomancer and Rubik could go pretty much anywhere. So much versatility there. And no, it's actually going to be the Chaos Knight, a more favorable more favorable pick for Team Empire. That's just how they roll. At least that was how they rolled before the giant team shuffle. Now I'm not so sure. But the Tide Hunter and Enchantress being banned out from Kharkiv, so they don't have that huge AoE ultimate to work with, even though their team fight is still pretty substantial, and they have so much flexibility in the lanes. They can really do anything with the last 2 picks. They can pick up a carry as well as another Queen of Pain, Brewmaster type of hero, or they could just go for supreme early mid-game dominance and make Rubik pick up all the farm. It looks like they are going to go for that carry-oriented play, but Lone Druid, of course, is a very good pusher as well, paired with the Enigma and the Venomancer. Team Empire probably going to look towards a little bit more crowd control, not crowd control, AoE. Well, I guess literal crowd control. You have to control the crowd, I guess, with nuking and pain. But they do need a support hero, Team Empire, unless they want to assign Windrunner that role, but I doubt they're going to want to do that. Something like Alina might not be that bad in this situation. Another stun was always nice, and right now they only do have that one stun in the Shackle Shot, not the most reliable there. Whereas Kharkiv, they do have the Black Hole, they do have the Telekinesis, and they do have that kind of unreliable Entangle that they could also have the luck of drawing. But Team Empire, they have damage, they just need to figure out what they're doing. They definitely know what heroes, what paths they have available and what heroes to choose for those paths. They could either go Anti-Mage support, or they could just, do a really early-based team comp. Pick up a Night Stalker or something like that. That's most likely what they're burning their time on. They're deciding, okay, it's going to be a Wisp. Are they going to pick up a Tiny? Wisp's TA is actually not that bad, but TA's burst is it's a little bit harder with relocate, because you still have to actually close the distance, and then they could try to kite you for that relocate distance. But Wisp, very interesting pick, kind of fallen out of favor. Wisp was very popular when it first came out. And look at that, Kharkiv taking the Tiny so that Empire can't. I love the mind games going on right now. Very good pick for Kharkiv. They do have this more than enough support to support that Tiny, and I'm pretty sure that the Wisp pick forced their hand into that Tiny counter pick. But I really, really like that play from Kharkiv. Tiny is also pretty good against Templar Assassin. Avalanche burns through the refraction charges, but ideally you would want something weaker to burn through those charges. so that you could actually land the Avalanche Toss combo. Now, what is Team Empire going to go for? Usually the combo is Wisps Darkseer or Wisps, not Wisp Darkseer, Wisps CK or Wisps Tiny. They need someone else to really be that designated latch partner. I mean, like, TA could work, but TA, it looks like it's going to be the one getting the... Okay, it actually is going to be the TA, going to be a latch partner. It's going to be Anti-Mage final pickup for Team Empire, so they are going to go for that carry with a support. They really, though, I'm guessing didn't want to do that Anti-Mage pick. They would rather have that Tiny. Now we're jumping into the game now. On the Empire side, we have God Black playing the Chen, Funnick on the supporting Wisps, Silent on the Windrunner, Blow Your Brains playing the Anti-Mage, and that leaves Scandal on the TA. On the Kharkiv side, we have Unstop playing the Rubik, Dubas on the Enigma. He is looking to be going for a jungling build with 4 Clarities. Always Want to Fly playing the Venomancer, Art Style on the Tiny, and Mag on the Carry Lone Druid. And he has some like weird color thing going on there, yeah. Definitely different coloring. Looks like it's going to be Anti-Mage and Wisp. Wisp, the pretty much hard support hero for Empire. I'm just going to pause for 1 second, guys. Okay, much better. There we go. Fixed a couple of things, and now we're back in business. Funnick is going to be playing up with Blow Your Brain on the top lane. Looks like it's going to be a solo lane Lone Druid. Unstop could go up there as the Rubik, but most likely he's going to go to the mid lane. As you see, Always Want to Fly on the Venomancer. Going to be paired with Art Style. It's a pretty deadly lane. If you land that Gale, then that's a very easy opportunity for Avalanche and Toss to combo up, of course, when Tiny gets to those levels. So Venomancer, very good setup for that. They will provide some pretty good right-click damage on top of that in case the Avalanche and Toss doesn't insta-give the other guy. In this case, it's going to be Silence Windrunner. But Empire? I don't know, they have the late game, I think. Lone Druid is on the other side, but between TA and Anti-Mage, with the support from Wisp, get some overcharge on those guys, it's going to be a very deadly thing to watch. Kharkiv do have the Lone Druid, but 1 carry versus 2 carries, if the 2 carries get farmed enough, Always Want to Fly, god damn it. I was not expecting anything to happen this early in the game, and that was just pure perfect. Ready? I'm just going to go back, fuck it, don't care. Gonna go back more. Because you guys want to see that, right? Super unprofessional by me, I know. I was too busy talking, not looking for first blood. Who would have been looking for first blood there? Okay, Silent gonna get harassed. There goes the Gale. Artstyle gonna try to get his Avalanche up, but with that crippling slow on SS, there it is. He already popped the wind run, so he's in for a lot of right-click damage. The right-clicks from both of them, so much. Artstyle, 69 damage at level 1. And Always Want to Fly, picking up the first blood. There you go, guys. I could do editing so I could fix that, but that would be very, very, that'll be a lot of work. I'm not interested in doing work. So, well, you guys saw the first blood. It's the beauty of these replays. I'm pretty sure, like, whenever these games are going on, I have class, so I actually can't live cast them. It's perfect right there. Silent already taking another round of harassment from Always Want to Fly, popping off that wind run, try to mitigate a little bit of those Venomancer right clicks. But he's buying a lot of room for Art Style. Art Style is going to get complete free farm on this bot lane, already level 2, so he does have, well, not enough mana for the combo. Didn't go for as many stat boosters as usually you see on Tiny, so they could get that level 1 combo out instantly of Avalanche into a Toss. So he's going to have to wait for another 1 or 2 levels before he actually gets that down, but once he gets that, Silent, you cannot be afford to be this far up, as we see Always Want to Fly circling around once again for the Gale. It's going to miss, though. Avalanche and Toss still in Tiny's pocket. Looks like he doesn't want to use it. Silent getting blocked off a little bit by Always Want to Fly. He's going to stand and fight with his creep wave. It is more than enough damage to ward off that Venomancer. Silent now has to watch out for Art Style. He was holding on to his spell, but he only had enough mana again for one of those. So even if he did want to go for it, it wouldn't have been enough to actually get the kill. Now we see Always Want to Fly salving and clarity potioning up, looking for another engagement onto Silent, who's been so far playing very aggressively. The ward is spotting him out completely, and now the creep wave doing the same. So this Windrunner's got to be careful. Just now breaking enough mana for another wind run. That'll help a little bit, but the burst magical damage might be a little bit too much. Tiny now does have his combo up. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Funnick doing his best to ward away the Lone Druid, while Blow Your Brains gets complete free farm. Only 5 for 1, 6 for 1 now. However, where Lone Druid's 4 for 4, so The Wisp, not the longest range hero, and is remarkably soft for a strength hero. So it's not the best babysitter compared to this Venomancer. Venomancer is doing so much against Silent, not having a good time at all. We do have Scandal now with a bottle, looking to circle around and cut off Always Want to Fly. 2 points in refraction could be enough, but now we have Gale on Silent popping off that wind run. Poison damage is going to do a lot. Is there a shackle? He doesn't have enough mana. He's only level 1 as well. There is not going to be a shackle. You're going to die. No, he tries to salve through it, but the poison tick is still ticking. It is going to be enough. Always Want to Fly picking up a kill. Now he's going to try to hide in the trees, but Scandal is hot on his trail. Always Want to Fly trying to eat through the forest and try to get out, eating so many tangos, but he is trapped. Scandal pinned the Venomancer in the corner, and that gets him a kill. But a Venomancer in exchange for a Windrunner. Windrunner only level 1, so I'm not sure if that was the best trade, especially since the kill did go to that TA. Venomancer is doing his best to get as much room for the Tiny, which is important. But I'm sure he would rather not lose his life, because dying sucks in this game. Tiny is level 4 though, so he could get some pretty strong ganks going off, and I don't know, get the hell out of here. Stupid watch alarm, I don't even know what that was for. But it doesn't matter. Tiny now does have boots, and he's looking for a kill on Silent. Level 2 Windrunner is just free food for Tiny. I'm pretty sure she could get 100 to 0 with only 530 health. It will be pretty secure now with Dubas and Always Want to Fly coming in. Artstyle going to look for a long range avalanche. The Gale going to miss just barely though. The wind run is just enough to get her out of range. She's going to turn and fight on Always Want to Fly. Got to be careful, man. You're taking a lot of damage from that tower. No more restoratives on him. So the Windrunner does escape out of that, popping off more mana to do so though, as well as burning through those tangos of hers. Artstyle going with phase boots, so he's gonna rely on his teammates for those arcanes. Something you can do in these pro games you can't necessarily rely on in your own games. With those phase boots, you will be able to close the distance very quickly. If this Gale lands, Silent, gotta be careful, man. We're already forced to pop off that wind run. Gonna back off just a little bit. The combo from Tiny is not up. He needs a little bit more mana for that, but here comes a hasted rune and Enigma. There goes the avalanche, there goes the Gale, and Silent is going to go down. No more wind run for you. Tiny with the giant fist picks up that kill, and he might go down to the tower though. Well, last tower shot not going to come through. Tiny picking up his first kill after that level 1 assist. Phase Boot's going to go for a bracer. I don't know why he picked up a circlet. Usually Tiny's core items aren't those small cheaper ones, unless you're going to go for a couple of null talismans or something like that. Probably it's going to go for a drum, of course. That's what am I thinking? It's going phase boots drum, going for the movement speed, kind of carry oriented Tiny. Might even forgo the blink dagger altogether, as he knows that Mag on his team not getting much in this top lane. 12 for 5 versus 27 for 9, so Blow Your Brain definitely have a much better time on this top lane. Kind of what you would expect, being the hard lane and all. 10 for 1 for the Windrunner, so Mag is definitely getting a lot more than the Windrunner. Question is that going to be enough? Because Windrunner could function on a lot cheaper budget. You see Rubik picking up. No, Rubik actually died to Chen. Okay. Well, I was watching a potential gank, so can't be everywhere at once. That's my excuse for this one. The last one, that didn't happen. We're never going to speak of that again. But Rubik did take a fall in the mid lane due to a gank from Goblack. Chen, Orange now teleporting back in, but he's not safe here. Scandal's going to take a little bit of damage from that Fade Bolt, but he's going to pop out down to Sonic Trap, and Chen's going to circle around one more time. Huge burst damage coming out from that TA, and Rubik falls for the second time in the course of a minute. Meanwhile, Silent might be in a little bit of trouble. Venomancer with Invisibility Rune, going to get that Gale off. Silent is trying to juke away. Avalanche is going to hit, and Toss is going to hit as well, if he even needs it. No, he doesn't need it. So much right-click damage coming out from that Tiny. 150 damage a pop at level 6. That is deadly. He's going to be well on his way to his drum. The build's probably going to be drum, sometimes Yasha, but Aghanim Scepter is the core item in this build. Get that cleave action, that big range going. It's a fun build, but you do sacrifice a lot of your initiation power. When you can rely on your teammates. Here we go, Mag gonna get initiated upon by Blow Your Brain as well as Funnick. He takes a lot of tower shots though. Funnick, gotta be careful. He does go down, and Mag picks up that kill. I don't know how, but he did with that tower constantly focusing. Now Blow Your Brains gets entangled in the tower. Worst possible scenario. He's taking a lot of tower shots, but he's gonna blink out of here. You see, Scandal says, "I've had enough of this. You guys are on your own." I'm just kidding. That's not a rage quit. I hope that's not a rage quit. That would make this game really bad. But always want to fly. Continuing the pressure on Silent. It's already 0-4-1. Not having a good time on this hard lane. But Tiny Venomancer, what do you expect? It's pretty much an impossible lane to win. Especially if you're a solo hero. Let's take a look at the mid lane, actually. It's fairly even. Of course, the kill on the TA and the 2 assists does kind of put it into her favor, as opposed to Unstop's 2 deaths. So the TA is getting more out of this lane, kind of expected. It's very hard to shut down a TA. Always want to fly. Already use the Gale. Silent's going to stand and fight. He does have that wind run, and teleportation is coming in from Scandal. Sonic Trap from long range. Always want to fly. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Power Shot is going to fly through as well. Scandal's trying to close the distance. Shackle not going to latch, but it's going to be enough time for Scandal to close the distance and get that meld hit off. Another kill for him. 202. Phase boots on him. So this Templar Assassin is going to go for a fairly similar build to the Tiny, actually, if you think about it. Very mobility based. Getting a lot of burst damage going on there. Of course, you don't really pick them up the same way when you draft, so fundamentally different, but they end up acting very similar. The things you notice when you're casting a game of Dota. Tiny is going to go for that jump, as expected. Now the big question is he going to go for a Yasha, or is he going to go straight for his Aghanim Scepter? Given the farm that he's getting, he could go straight for that Scepter. And if he gets it while he's still on this like smaller Tiny, it looks ridiculous with that tree. Now we see Unstoppable getting ganked once again by the reload. No, that wasn't actually relocate, not even level 6. Unstoppable trying to run, lives with 76 HP. Just the Chen, Wisp, and TA doing so much damage, but not enough damage. Wisp only level 4. So unfortunately, he does not have that global ganking potential quite yet. And Unstoppable did manage to steal that refraction, so giving him a little bit of protection there. Artstyle now might be in a little bit of trouble. I don't think there's any closing abilities, but Funnick does get a little bit closer with those spirits. Sonic Trap is going to hit Artstyle. You got to get your combo out right now or toss someone, but you're going to die anyway. Doesn't matter there. Chen with the right clicks, picking up that kill. They could choose to dive Mag, who's in a very vulnerable position, but he has a lot of health, 1,100 at this point in the game. This might be a little bit too much for Empire to burst through. They're going to instead go for the soft meat in Rubik. They got to watch out though, because I'm pretty sure they do know he has refraction, but still the damage from Empire is very much burst damage. So if he could block like a refraction hit or the meld hit, then TA is going to be sad. He'll be understanding why everyone hates playing against TA. Anyway, the score sits right now at 5-5. Random Courier going to deliver out the headdress, so it is going to be what looks like a mech on the Enigma. Could be a pipe, but I doubt it. Usually mech is your #1 priority, and the magical damage from Empire is not that huge regardless, so pipe in this game wouldn't be like, I mean, like, pipe's always good, but you won't get as much mileage from the pipe in this game as you will in a different game. I should take a look at the gold. Regular stock market going on here. Only like 300 gold advantage for the Dire, so it's not much at all. The experience advantage a lot more as far as that goes. And now we see Mag getting ganked up by Blow Your Brain as well as Funnick. The tether stun is there. He blinks right out of that avalanche, but now Funnick is separated from his team. Here comes Chen, though. Mag's taking a lot of damage from those stomps. Mag is going to go down to Chen. Godblack on a dominating streak. 4-0-0 on him. He's on his way to the mech of his own. They're going to push down this top lane. Be killing that lone druid. There's not enough AoE on this top lane to actually do anything. Artstyle has to fall back. Meantime, Dubas getting worked on 1v1 by Scandal. Scandal is going to take him 1v1. Enigma not enough damage to actually defend himself. Not enough stun either, saving the black hole. Unstoppable going to get shackled to a tree, but he does have that refraction charge up, so the power shot is going to get blocked. Telekinesis now onto Silent, beginning to bring him back to Always Want to Fly. Gale does hit. The wind run pops off as well. It's kind of mitigating that. He's now slow to a call. Artstyle's starting to close in. He does have a toss, but it doesn't matter. It's the Fade Bolt that gets it. Scandal now on the run. He does have a bottle charge and 13 wand charges, so he should be okay. In the meantime, the top tier 1 tower has gone down in exchange for those kills on the mid lane. Empire striking first blood as far as the towers go. Kind of surprising considering the pushing power that Kharkiv actually have on their team. They just constantly have to be on the defensive. That Wisp takes so much damage. Funnick now getting stunned with the creep aggro as well. You see Tiny picking up Templar Assassin all by himself. Funnick tethering away from that ganking party. What actually got stolen? Power shot, wind run, not the best for Unstoppable, but Tiny does pick up that tower, so the tower have now been equalized. That was actually Scandal that got picked off by Artstyle solo. Must have gotten hit by an avalanche toss combo without his refraction up. And Templar Assassin, very soft hero, will die to that very easily, in fact. So 7-7, the kill is still dead even. That should mean that everything looks relatively similar, yeah. Everything is pretty much going the way of Empire so far, although not by much. What's important, though, is that the gold distribution on Empire is pretty much ideal. Blow Your Brain has a lot of gold, and Scandal has a lot of gold. Chen, not exactly part of the plan, but hell, if you get a 12-minute mech with Arcane Boots on Chen, everyone on your team is going to be happy about that. 250 HP heal is pretty substantial at this point in the game. Everyone in Empire is doing pretty well, except for the Wisp, and Wisp you usually don't see doing well at all. 0-1-2. Only one death, actually. It's not as bad as I would expect. Looks like with the Chen army and with the meld damage, plus the Medallion of Courage, they want to go for Roshan. Is there enough damage, though, however? Scandal's going to be primarily the one doing the damage while the Chen creeps tank. And he does have a lot of it, that damage coming out from the Refraction, plus meld minus armor. But it seems to me like Kharkiv, they do know what's going on. They're going to scout out with the bear. And they do have enough to actually take this. Silent, they throw out a power shot, but there goes the Gale on Scandal. This Refraction charge aren't going to last long. Poison Nova as well. And Silent instantly gets demolished by Artstyle. He's now going to go for Go Black. Not enough right-click damage, though, but Scandal still trapped in the Roshan pit. He did pick up the Aegis, but he is going to get taken down once. And it doesn't look good for him the second time. Scandal doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but here comes Blow Your Brain as well as Funnick. Gonna look towards Always Wanna Fly. Hand of God pops off, and something gets stolen. What is it? It's actually Mel doing a lot of minus armor. Black Hole now only onto Funnick. Everyone else dodging that. But here comes Arstyle once again. Does he have his combo? Yes, he does. There goes the Wisp. And now Scandal still on the outer edge of play. And God Black and Silent are back into this fight. But Kharkiv just shutting down this fight so well, picking up 2 kills. They did lose the Roshan, I believe. Roshan killed by the Dire, yes, and picked up the Aegis. The Dire got the Aegis as well. So Empire did get that, but they did lose that team fight very handily. So, pretty sure that will actually benefit Empire. So, yeah, it did. That Roshan pickup, the experience and gold is enough to mitigate those 2 lost kills. Oh, but they also got a courier. I don't know when that happened, so that might be another factor. I completely missed that. But a courier pickup is always very nice to have. Essentially another tower worth of gold, basically. Let's see what Mag actually has. 2,700 gold. Boots only on him, and Silence is going to find Mag. Shackle not going to latch, but the right clicks might be enough. He's going to transform into his bear form. Get a little bit more HP there. Silence very close to a kill if that Shackle actually latched. There goes the courier again. He's back up. Is there anything that was delayed there? Where's the courier? There it is. Such a weird courier. Flying white treasure chest. Mag is going to go straight relic, though. He's going to get it. I don't know. It's going to be pretty hard. He's only at 1-1-1, which isn't bad, but it's not good either. It's not really helping him towards his relic all that much. He's going to jungle for the rest of his money, but he's still 1,000 off. That could take him a little bit, depending on how much room he actually gets. Artstyle going to be a little bit aggressive towards Blow Your Brain. With 3 points of mana shield, though, he should be able to survive a tiny combo and blink out. Tiny's holding on to a lot of gold, actually. What did you actually buy? He got the drum. Did you get a magic wand? I think he did. I saw him at 1,200 gold at least. You always got to keep your eye out on Tiny, but save that, and we have Empire on the massive push. Pretty good Chen creeps for this push as well. His tower's going to take a lot of damage. Slowed down a little bit by the Fade Bolt as well as the Gale that just flew out. Venomancer is here with level 4 Plague Ward, so that will ward off this push from Empire. Funnick does finally have his relocate. Are they actually going to go for it, though? They don't have vision on many people. Artstyle, I'm pretty sure, was seen with that Sonic Trap. But, I don't know. Kharkiv sticking together. That does make it very hard for Wisp. And probably TA to actually get any ganks done. But even if they do get one gank, or even have the threat of a gank, it's all about making more space for Blow Your Brain. Because if he gets his Battle Fury very quickly, which he will have right now, actually. Oh no, Gallblack going to get ganked by Artstyle. There goes the Avalanche, as well as the Gale. Toss is not going to be onto Gallblack. But here comes Funnick with the Sonic Trap as well. Latch is not going to hit. That Shackle not... Oh, wow, I'm just getting all chipped up. Shackle not going to latch. And there goes Venomancer, getting a little bit over-aggressive. Gallblack picking up yet another kill with his Test of Faith. Surviving that as well. That's why I probably shouldn't do this early. People get angry at me because I'm loud, and then I can't think because it's early, and just not a good combination at all. But hell, if I have free time, I'm gonna do these. Get these out, as many as I can. Unstoppable in the mid lane. Trying to deal with Scandal as well as Phonic. The tether is there though. The relocate is still available. Probably gonna try to clear this and maybe go for a relocate gank. They don't once again have any vision on anyone, so it could be very difficult. Kharkiv doing a good job on sticking together. That's what you gotta do. Make sure that if the Wisp relocates to gank, there's always one more on your team. Only 200 gold left until that lone druid picks up his relic. And Blow Your Brain already with that Battle Fury gonna go for Vlad's Offering. Kind of an unorthodox build for the anti-mage actually. Like, I can understand if like Chen picks it up, because that's more of a support oriented item. You don't necessarily need it all the time on your anti-mage. Or I can understand if they have like someone else on their team who could actually use that lifesteal. Of course it's a very useful aura, but I'm just saying there's better items to get for anti-mage, something that'll increase your survivability. Because it doesn't matter, because Vlad's will... Oh no, Art's out, getting shackled to a creep, getting a huge power shot as well as a meld hit. He's going to go down. I'm too busy talking about anti-mage. Anti-mage is a very soft hero, and Vlad's will give you sustain, but it won't give you that much effective HP, especially when you're up against the likes of Tiny. Pretty much the hardest burst hero there is. You're going to need raw HP to defend against that. Vlad's will not do the job. We're going to see if it actually pans out. That will give him a much easier time farming these creeps. But with the Poor Man Shield as well as the Quelling Blade, he should have an easy time farming neutrals regardless, not taking much damage from them at all. In the meantime, the rest of his team pushing down the mid lane. Going to try round 2 for this. Overcharge onto Goblak. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, Unstoppable might be in a little bit of trouble, but there's no Blink Dagger up on Scandal yet. He went for a Medallion build. Gonna go for BKB as well. Artstyle trying to close the distance onto Scandal. Avalanche Toss gonna bring him very low, but he does still have enough health. Mecha Hand of God bringing him up all the way up to full health. He's gonna send Scandal back as well. Scandal gonna hold his ground and get teleported back to the base from Goblak. So far this Chen has been spot on, getting lots of kills, using his creeps very effectively. But even though they didn't get the tower, even though they didn't get any kills, they did buy a lot of space for Blow Your Brain to constantly farm. Does have that Vlad's, which I guess allows him to farm the Ancients a little bit easier. But still, that's a substantial item investment to just get a couple of Ancient kills. Not sure if that's worth it. I personally do like the Battle Fury Manta build. I feel like that's a little bit more well-rounded. But you can see he's taking no damage from the Ancients with that lifesteal. But he's going for like turbo farm mode right now. And Empire, they can allow him to do this. They do have the heroes to buy enough space for Blow Your Brain to actually do that kind of thing. And late game, it's going to be all about Empire's team. Kharkiv kind of at the lower end of the late game spectrum, especially since Lone Druid has yet to pick up his Radiance. 19 minutes in the game. Relic is up. Radiance is almost up. Still, you would expect a Radiance by now. We now see an engagement. Always want to fly. He's going to get in a little bit of trouble, but the Black Hole as well as Artstyle's combo. Going to bring down Phonic. Going to bring down Scandal. 2 down in exchange for none. Venomancer died to a neutral. I don't know. I wasn't watching Venomancer because it looked like he was going to get away with that Black Hole, but apparently the neutrals had other things to say about that. But 2-0, or 2 for, yeah, that's 2-0. Venomancer just lost gold, but didn't give anything to Empire. 2-0 trade for Kharkiv, I'm sorry. They're going to be happy about that. But again, the problem is not in this stage of the game, because Empire simply has to hold down the fort. They're keeping the kills even. They're keeping the farm relatively even as well on the, as far as the Kharkiv team members go. But Blow Your Brain just getting absolute free farm over the entire half of the map. While the rest of his team just holds down the fort. Templar Assassin will do a lot of damage late game as well, but right now she's most likely focused on the ganks. We do have a Wisp coming in to help Blow Your Brain. Trying to go for Mag, but he does have Bear Form up. 1700 health is very hard to chew through. Anti-Mage, no slouch as far as the damage goes. Mag pushing up very aggressively. Well, that's actually not that aggressively, but with the 2 heroes right next to him, it is pretty aggressive. Little does he know that there is a very angry anti-mage right outside. Now they're going to start the duel. Mag going to have all his mana burned out, so no Rabid for him, even though it's not high level. But Mag taking a huge amount of damage. This anti-mage just dishing it. Wow. Battle Fury Vlads will do that for you, I suppose. Lone Druid does go down, gets picked off. He does already have his Radiance though, so it doesn't really slow any of his huge items down. But still, when you're in this even situation like this and the other team has better late game, you got to make something happen if you're Kharkiv. Blur Brain gets overcharged now, going to work on this tower. Or just shred through the creep wave with that Battle Fury. Also a good option. This tower is going to go down. No one from Kharkiv actually want to defend this. They're instead going to look for a trade. Artcell and Always Want to Fly. Going to take down the tier 1 tower in the bot lane. Unless Scandal has anything to say about that with Silence. Shackle, is he getting a latch? Scandal's trying to go for something. Funnick teleports in. Artcell going to get an avalanche toss, almost killing off the Wisp. Dubas is here, laying down his Midnight Pulse. Not doing much, however. Always Want to Fly did go down to a power shot. Shackle now onto Dubas and Artcell. Beautiful Shackle shot from Silent. Now Scandal's going to close the distance. Look for a huge hit from the meld. Not enough damage, though. Scandal might be in a little bit of trouble. He gets shackled by Rubik, who stole the Shackle shot. He does get taken down by the right click. Silent now might be in a little bit of danger. Yes, he gets Fade Bolted down as well. Godblack a little bit too late to the party. Always blow your brain. Late to the party as well, as the game went, their fight at least went completely the other way. Support from Kharkiv came a little bit faster than the support from Empire. Even with that 2-man shackle, there wasn't enough damage to actually capitalize on that. Art style with being a tiny, very hard strength growth, very difficult to kill. Godblack initiating by himself. Blow Your Brain gonna look for Dubas. He gets tethered to get the extra stun, plus a shackle to a tree. Unstoppable, force staffing himself out of that troll net, but he's completely surrounded by Empire heroes. He's not gonna get out of this. There he stole the Mana Void, which did a little bit of damage, but ultimately not getting a kill. So Empire managed to turn it around once again, getting more kills and more assists on their anti-mage. Now hit level 16, gonna go for that Manta Style. And if he could burn out Tiny's mana before he could actually get anything out, well, it's unlikely that's gonna happen without like a 2-man shackle or something like that. But that'll be absolutely huge. Because Tiny at this point in the game gonna go for that Aghanim Scepter, which will make his right clicks deadly. But still, at this point in the game, 23 minutes in, the main power of Tiny does come from that Avalanche Toss combo, and if he doesn't have enough mana for it, and if he doesn't have the stick charges to kind of give them that burst of mana, then he's just going to be a easy kill. Scandal, completely immune to magic now. I guess not the best game for BKB, considering that there is an Enigma as well as a Lone Druid Entangle on the other end of it. But it will help him quite a lot because the magic damage from Kharkiv is still substantial. So if he can block any of that, I'm sure he's going to be very happy. Venomancer Ultimate, or any of the Venomancer spells actually, protect his refraction charges. See both teams continuing to farm their respective jungles. Enigma gonna go for that BKB. Once he gets that, there will be nothing that could go through it. And Empire continuing to hold firm their advantage. Funnick just following Blow Your Brain as he continues to farm the jungle. Funnick has a vitality booster. It's a lot more than you would usually expect from a Wisp who's supporting. But 6 assists, I guess. He does have a remarkable amount of gold. And with Godblack doing so well, I'm sure he's picking up the slack as far as the support goes. Already with a drum as well as mech. This Chen is loaded. Gonna head on towards an Aghanim Scepter of his own. Wow, 7-0, 111 CS. Chen, what the ass? That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic of a Chen at this point in the game, having that much CS. Always Want to Fly. You're going to play a little bit of games with, oh no, something more important. Godblack getting completely ganked up. The Aghanim Scepter has been picked up by Artcell, but he gets shackled to a tree, or shackled to something. Black Hole now onto Funnick as well as Blow Your Brain. Dubas getting right-clicked down by Scandal, however. He's easily going to take him down, but the Venomancer gets his ultimate off before he goes down. Blow Your Brain's still alive and very healthy at this point. Mag getting chased down by the Templar Assassin, gets shackled to a creep. In the meantime, Blow Your Brain still going to go for that Venomancer, escaping for it with 11 HP. Going to change his mind, instead go for, well, no, he's going to go finish off that Venomancer. Tiny, the only one alive. Sonic Trap does hit. Scandal does want this kill. Shackle is going to latch. Another beautiful Shackle from Silent with a gem. Not exactly helping him with that gank, but the 2-man shackles, the perfect shackle shots, not a single shackle shot wasted from Silent. Just beautiful play by him. And that's what I said about Windrunner. A Windrunner who got nothing is a lot more effective than a Lone Druid that got nothing in their respective lanes. Because a 2-man shackle is a 2-man shackle. And with that complete team wipe from Empire, they will push down the tier 3 towers. They will push down the Raxes as well. Simply not enough manpower on the enemy team to actually prevent them from doing this. There goes the melee Rax. There goes the range Rax. They're just going to retreat. Roshan, not up yet. went down actually very recently. Did I miss that? I feel like I did. But that's okay. It's not in point this game. Anti-mage with the Hyperstone. What the hell is going on here? Is he going to go for Kuras? He is going to go. That's a very interesting build. Because the right clicks from the enemy team aren't that deadly. I mean, Tiny does have his Aghanim Scepter, but he's not level 3 grow yet. So I guess that'll help some extent, but usually the what you want to do for an agility hero is pick up a butterfly, because it will give you pretty much the same thing. Not as team oriented, but it will give the hero itself a lot more. But I guess Assault Cuirass, you know, whatever. Usually it's the standard thing to do is Assault Cuirass on strength or, I don't know, intelligence heroes, I guess. Usually you don't get Assault Cuirass on the intelligence heroes, but Assault Cuirass on those two, and then if you're an agility hero, you instead go for the butterfly, because the attack speed is really what you want, plus the damage, and the butterfly will give you invasion instead of armor. I don't know, it's a toss-up. You can do the math, but unfortunately I cannot do the math right now because I'm not capable of doing math like that. It's just not possible. Tier 1 tower in the bot lane, somehow still alive, but not for long. A whole lot of angry Empire heroes going to push that down. Look towards getting a push on the bottom racks. Always want to fly. You got to start setting up those plague wards right now if you want to defend this. Black Hole is not up yet, so they can't defend this tower without Black Hole. Simply not possible. Blow Your Brain going to go strong. Onto Always Want to Fly as well as Unstoppable. Not going to happen though. No, actually, wait. Oh my god, he actually has it. This anti-mage is loaded. Very peculiar build, but 287 crit kills. So much gold on him. Gonna go for the tier 3 tower. Always Want to Fly. Get Psionic Trapped. Gonna continue to lay down those wards, but they're simply not doing enough. Gale onto Blow Your Brain as Mag joins in the fight. The tier 3 tower has gone down. Bear to the front lines, but another 2-man Shackle Scandal. Instantly gets stunned, but he's going to pop that BKB and try to bring down Dubas before he gets that Black Hole off. He does go down. Yes, he does. Templar Assassin picking up that kill. Tosca now onto Templar Assassin, trying to get Artsal a little bit more space, but Artsal is going to go down regardless. His armor only doing so much for him. Mag now getting chased into his own fountain. But at this point, I do think it's over. Blow Your Brains taking a couple of fountain shots, but he does blink out of that. Overcharge on the anti-mage. Gonna shred down the bear. Gonna shred down Always Want to Fly. Completely out of mana. No escape for you. Templar Assassin picks up another kill, and this bottom racks will go down. Empire just looking so solid in all the games I've seen from them so far. Kharkiv, the newly formed team, not as much. They did have a pretty even game, but I'm pretty sure they didn't actually want to pick up that Tiny. It was actually just forced out of them. Silent on point with those shackles. Chen on point with everything. 801 on him. Hand of God, Mech, Aghanim Scepter, so the heals are going to be raining down from the sky. There's everyone from Empire playing so beautifully. Even though we didn't see many great relocate ganks. Doesn't really matter because another 2-man Shackle Shot on Unstoppable as well as Dubas. Wow, the Shackle Shots from Silent, absolutely ridiculous. This Windrunner, so powerful. And unfortunately, Tiny did not do enough, I feel, in the early stages of the game. A hero like Tiny, who, well, even though he was built like a carry, you expect a little bit more out of him in the early stages of the game. Try to lock down a couple more Empire heroes. You can get a kill on Chen, but there's the GG call. The game has ended. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Kharkiv versus Team Empire from the Star Series Season 3. I'm going to go get some food now, but there's a lot of games for me to cast, so stay tuned for more of those. And I believe that's it, so see you guys next time. GG.